بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، ثم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين، سيدي وحبيبي ونور قلبي وثمرة فؤادي أبي القاسم محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين الهاديين المهديين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
قال الله العلي العظيم في كتابه الكريم: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الرحمن علم القرآن، خلق الإنسان علمه البيان. الشمس والقمر بحسبان، والنجم والشجر يسجدان. والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان، ألا تطغوا في الميزان. وأقيموا الوزن ولا تخسروا الميزان. صدق الله العلي العظيم.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
In continuation of our tafsir of Surah Al-Rahman, last week we have spoken about Ash-Shamsu was-Shajaru yasjudan, and we mentioned the importance of sajda in Islam. Tonight, quickly, we will go to the next ayah where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about another blessing, which is the sixth blessing. If you count from Allama al-Quran, Khalaqa al-Insan, Allamahu al-Bayan, Ash-Shamsu wal-Qamaru bihusban, wal-Najmu wal-Shajaru yasjudan. These are all 5 blessings Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned. Now the sixth blessing of those many blessings that Allah mentioned in Surah Al-Rahman is As-Sama Rafa'aha. As-Sama in Arabic is amazing. This word, the word As-Sama, in the Quran is used in many places. Sometimes Allah mentioned it in the form of singular, and sometimes it's mentioned in the form of plural, as-sama or as-samawat. But what is beautiful about this word, before I talk about this, let me take you to the Arabic grammar. You know, in Arabic, every word that you can find, any word, any noun, is classified in either as masculine or feminine. Every noun is known. It has to be either mudhakkar or mu'annath. And this mudhakkar and mu'annath is divided into 2. There is one is called mudhakkar haqiqi, and then there is another one is called mudhakkar ghayr haqiqi. Then there is mu'annath, which is feminine. There is a real feminine, and then there is another one which is called not real. For example, a female, sometimes we say Fatima, we say Maryam, we say Zainab. These are names given to a female. But which female? A real female outside, a woman outside. That is called Mu'annath Haqiqi. Then we have Mu'annath Majazi, not real. And that is a noun that has been given as female to certain things, but in reality they are not a female. For example, you say Ash-Shams. Ash-Shams is known as, is classified as a feminine. Wash-Shamsi waduha. That ha there is known as Damir Mu'annath, pronoun of a female. Or another word is ash-shajaru or ash-shajaratu. You put a feminine tag there and you classify ash-shajar as feminine. But the female, there is no female tree outside. But it's called mu'annath majazi in Arabic. Now, so every word in Arabic, it has to be classified either as mudhakkar or mu'annath, either as masculine or feminine. But you know what is amazing about as-sama? Allah used it for me, as I'm talking about me personally. This is the first time I saw in the Quran a word that Allah used it, one word is used as a masculine and feminine at the same time in the Quran. What is unusual in the Quran, that Allah used one word as masculine in certain places and the same word is used as well as feminine. Number one example, Allah said, as-sama'u munfatirun bih. Here Allah mentioned it as well, munfatir, mudhakkar, masculine. But the same as sama, Allah said, إِذَا السَّمَاءٌ فَطَرَتْ or إِذَا السَّمَاءٌ شَقَّتْ. Allah made it here feminine. One word, but it's used in the Quran as masculine and feminine together, which is unusual. Now, with that, we come to the word as-sama. The word as-sama is used for anything that is high. Anything that is high is called sama. But in this ayah, when Allah said as-sama, Allah is indicating about the heavens that you see. And this heaven, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stated how the creation of sama started. You know, before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the heavens, you know, the earth and the heavens, they were attached together. They were together as this. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent His order to them. What did He say? To the earth and the heaven, they were together. They were attached. Then Allah told them what? To detach one another. And in the Quran, Allah mentioned where we send our revelation to both the heaven and the earth. أَوَلَمْ يَرَوْا أَنَّ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ كَانَتَا رَتْقًا فَفَتَقْنَاهُمَا. Then we detach the heaven and the earth. And then after they detach, Allah said, فَأَوْحَى فِي كُلِّ سَمَاءٍ أَمْرَهَا. Allah said, then we send our revelation to every level of the heaven. What to do and what not to do. Allah sent them inspiration to it. That is the heaven. Now what happened to the earth? Now most of the time, we think we only have one earth. It's just this world that we live in and that's it. But when you go to the Quran, Allah said, no, you and I are mistaken. If we think there is only one land, no, there are also 7 different earths as there are 7 heavens as well. As-samawat as-saba' wal-aradeen as-saba'. Allahu Akbar. 7 heavens Allah created. In every earth, there are different creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are there also serving Allah like you and I. And you and I, we think that we are the only creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And remember Allah said in the Quran, وَيَخْلُقُ مَا لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. Allah said, I create things you don't even know about. That is the heaven and the earth. Most of the places in the Quran, when Allah mentions samawat, you see most of the places, He mentioned them in the form of plural. But the earth is almost always in the form of singular. As-samawat wal-ard. As-samawat al-ard. Now these heavens, what is the benefit of it? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He created the heavens, the first thing Allah did was what? Is to make these heavens that you see, it blocks the heat of the sun. Allahu Akbar. If Allah didn't create this heaven that you see, you and I will not be able to live on this planet. You and I, with the fact that there is these heavens, 7 of them, and each one of them blocks the heat of the sun, but still we cry, say, it's too hot. Allahu Akbar. We can't bear it. Now imagine if Allah didn't create these heavens. The world would not exist without this heaven. We cannot survive. As a humans and other creatures on this planet, we cannot survive if Allah didn't create the heavens. That is number one. Number two, one of the benefit of the sama. Allah created within it, there is clouds. And every cloud is there for purpose. For you and I to survive, we need a rain and water. Every living thing, not just you and I, a jinn, animals, plants, they all are in need of water. And where did the water come from? Now listen in Surah Al-Naba, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَأَنزَلْنَا مِنَ الْمُؤْصِرَاتِ مَاءً ثَجَّاجًا. Allah said, this delicious water that you drink. And we are so happy about it. Allah said, think about it. Where does it come from? From the earth? No. From where? From the heavens. How? Allah said, these clouds that you see, the heavens, these are the cause of the rain that you and I get. And then when they come down, Allah said, وَأَنزَلْنَا مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مَاءً طَهُورًا. From the heavens, we send down the rain, a water that is pure. Pure for what? Pure for drinking. Pure to clean and purify something that is najis. Allahu Akbar. Now you know, in fact, there are three types of water. One water is called ma'un tahirun wa mutahhir. There is a water that Allah has sent down to you and I. That water is pure for us to use for everything. And if something happened to be najis, your clothes become najis, you use that water to purify that najasa. That is number one. Number two, it's called ma'un tahir ghayru mutahhir. A water that is pure, but it cannot be used to purify something that is najis. For example, kullu ma'in mudaf. Any water that something has been added into it is called ma'un mudaf, and you cannot use it to purify something. For example, you have a water, you put a sugar in it. As soon as you added sugar into that water, it becomes ma'un mudaf. It's pure to drink. It's pure if it touches you, you can still pray. But you cannot use that water to purify something that is najis. That's water number two. Water number three is called ma'un najis. It's a water that itself is impure. It cannot purify itself, and it cannot be used to purify something that is najis. All this water, where do they come from? They come from the heavens, huh? Allahu Akbar. That is one of the blessings of the heavens. Moreover, this heaven that you see, brothers and sisters, you know, is one of the place of learning to recognize Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You can look at the creation of Allah and learn about Allah, but one of the most powerful way to learn and recognize Allah is looking in the sky. Now, why? Look, number one, so between the heaven and the earth, which one do you think it needs the pillars to hold it? Heavens? Allah said in Surah Al-Fatih, He says, look at the heavens the way we created them. Each one of the heavens, Allah said, we created them. They don't have any pillar holding any one of them. خلق السماوات بلا أمد ترونها. There is no pillars holding it up. Now you and I, if you want to raise something up, do you need pillars or you don't? You need. If you don't have pillars or something to support something up, what happened to it? It falls. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, we created this seven heaven and there is no pillar or nothing holding it. And guess what? In every heaven, there are zillions of angels on top of it. Now you make a try. Try on your roof. Don't put any pillars. And put something heavy on it and see what happens to it. Huh? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we created these heavens and there is no pillar holding it, and in each heaven there are millions of angels and nothing happens to these heavens. Allahu Akbar. That is number one. Number two, also these heavens that you see is the place that also awliya Allah, if they want to remember Allah, they always look in the sky, in the heavens. Number one, Ibrahim al-Khalil alayhi salam. When Ibrahim was researching and trying to get to recognize Allah as a higher position as he can be, you know what he used to do? And the Quran mentioned, he always looked into the sky, in the heavens. And when he saw the moon, Quran stated, he said, this is my Lord. And then the moon disappeared. He then saw stars. He said, هَذَا رَبِّي فَلَمَّا أَفَلَ قَالَ لَا أُحِبُّ الْآفِلِينَ. The heavens is the biggest way to recognize Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is why there is one ayah in the Quran. It's very important. The Prophet stated, anybody who reads that ayah and doesn't stop to think about Allah, the Prophet said, woe unto him. May Allah punish him or her. He said, anytime you read that ayah, the Prophet said, you have to pause. Think about the heavens and the earth. Which ayah is that? As mentioned in the Quran. Allah said, إِنَّ اخْتِلَافَ اللَّيْلِ وَالنَّهَارِ إِنَّ فِي خَلْقِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَاخْتِلَافِ اللَّيْلِ وَالنَّهَارِ لَآيَاتٍ لِأُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ. When this ayah was revealed upon the Prophet, what is the ayah? What does it mean? Allah said, in the creation of the heavens and the earth, and the circulation and rotation of the day and night, Allah said, is the biggest sign for those, the men of understanding, those who have the brain. When you look at the creation of the heavens and the earth, and the circulation of the day and night, it's enough for you to recognize that there is Allah, there is a creator. The Prophet said, anybody who read this particular ayah and did not stop to think about Allah and his existence, he said, woe unto him or her. May Allah punish that person. Why? Because the heaven is enough to remember and think about the creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is why Allah said, وَالسَّمَاءَ رَفَعَهَا. Allah said, this sama, this heavens, he said, rafa'aha, we raised it. In Arabic, you know, we have two kinds of rafa'a. We have a rafa is called al-rif al-hissi, and then we have al-rif al-ma'nawi. Or some scholars call it al-rif al-makani, and then al-rif al-ma'nawi. There is raised in terms of the position-wise, place-wise. Like I say, you are sitting high. That is what? In terms of the place. And Allah used both in the Quran. When he talked about Isa alayhi salam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَمَا قَتَلُوهُ وَمَا صَلَبُوهُ. In response to the Christians who say that we killed Isa alayhi salam, we crucified Isa alayhi salam. Allah said to them, no, you guys are wrong. وَمَا قَتَلُوهُ. Allah said, they didn't kill Isa. وَمَا صَلَبُوهُ. No, they crucified Isa alayhi salam. Allah said, وَلَكِنْ بَلْ رَفَعَهُ اللَّهُ. رَفَعَ. Allah said, we raised him. Where? We raised him to heavens. This rafa is called al-rif al-makani. Allah raised him, but raised him not by what? Not by a position, not by spiritual, but it's by place-wise. His position is high. That is al-rifa al-makani. And then we have al-rif'al al-ma'nawi. That Allah says sometimes we raise certain people. But that raise is not by position-wise, no, spiritual-wise. We say this person, his position is very high. Not because he has a power on it. No, he has his spiritual position is very high. And Allah stated about Prophet Idris, when he talked about him, he said, وَرَفَعْنَاهُ مَكَانًا عَلِيًّا. Allah said, we raised him in a high position. But position is not place-wise, spiritual-wise. His place is very high. That is number one. Number two, even other regular people in Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stated that in the sight of Allah, there are two things that makes you or I better in the sight of Allah. If you want to know you are better in the sight of Allah or not, Allah says you have to have two things. What are those two things? Number one, you have fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أَتْقَاكُمْ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, "O you all the children of Adam, I created you from different tribes, from different colors, different cultures, difference of things. But the only difference that makes one person better than the other is not by money, like most of us we think. No, what makes you better in the sight of Allah is your taqwa and your fear of Allah. That is one. Number two, what makes you better than the other person is what? Is knowledge. If you have knowledge, you can be better than the other person if you have more knowledge than them. And Allah mentioned in the Quran, يَرْفَعِ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ وَالَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْعِلْمَ دَرَجَاتٍ. Now, to give you this example in the Quran in Surah Al-Baqarah, when Allah created Adam alayhi salam, and He asked the angels, before He created the angels, and He told the angels that I am about to create a human, and when I create a human, I want you to bow down to him. The angels, they immediately question Allah, أَتَجْعَلُ فِيهَا مَنْ يُفْسِدُ فِيهَا وَيَسْفِقُ الدِّمَاءَ وَنَحْنُ نُسَبِّحُ بِحَمْدِكَ. They were questioning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, why would you create another human being? Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, we asked them to bow to Adam for one reason. What is the reason? Allah said, وَعَلَّمَ آدَمَ الْأَسْمَاءَ. Allah said, we taught Adam the names which the angels don't know. So because Adam have the knowledge, they don't. Allah said, then you deserve to respect Adam. Bow down to Adam alayhi salam. Why? Because he has something you don't have. That is what makes a person better than the other. However, not all knowledge, brother, because we have ilmul ilahi and then we have ilmul shaitani. Sometimes somebody can have knowledge, but the knowledge of shaitan, that's not what we're talking about. Al-ilm al-ilahi, the knowledge of Allah, that's what we're talking about. And not only that, what is the knowledge of Allah? In the hadith they say, al-ilmu al-nafi', the knowledge that is beneficial. What knowledge is not beneficial? The knowledge that is corresponding with the action. Meaning, I know this is haram, I act upon it. That is the knowledge of nafi'. That is the beneficial knowledge. But I know something haram, but I do it anyway. This is not called knowledge, this is called jahl. Imam Ali mentioned in Najl al-Balagha when he was defining scholars. And he mentioned, he said, وَالْآخَرُ قَدْ تَسَمَّى عَالِمًا وَلَيْسَ مِنْهُمْ. There's some people call them scholars. He said, but it's not among the scholars. Why? Not because he doesn't have the knowledge. He has. The knowledge is there. But if I don't practice what I know, that knowledge is not called knowledge. It's called what? A tape recorder. Now you give a tape recorder any DVD, mashallah, it can memorize the whole Quran for you. But tell it to go and do salah. Can he do salah to tape recorder? Now what good does it do if you remember everything but you can't practice, you can't perform it? Now the same thing the Prophet says, العلم يهتف بالعمل فإن أجابه فهو وإلا ارتحل. The knowledge is useful as long as it's placed into action. But if it's not, he said then the knowledge leaves. It's not a knowledge anymore. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said the knowledge is what makes you better than the others. يَرْفَعِ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this ayah, He said, وَالسَّمَاءَ رَفَعَهَا. Allah said, when we created the heaven, we raised the heavens. Now which raise Allah is talking about? Is it a rif al-makani or a rif al-ma'nawi? Which one? Spiritual or place-wise? In tafsir, they say both. The heavens, in terms of spirituality, is high. And that is why, always when we want to say, Allah is in the heaven, like we put Allah is what? In terms of the place what? Meaning it's high. Not that Allah lives in the heavens and He's not in the earth. No, that's not what we mean. Otherwise, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is everywhere. But we say Allah pointing at up in terms of al-makan, in terms of the position. Allah said, as-sama'a rafa'aha. That is number one of the blessings. As-sama'a rafa'aha. And then they say, وَوَضَعَ الْمِيزَانِ. الْمِيزَانِ وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْمِيزَانِ. Al-Mizan is the criterion. But you know, Mizan is one of the scariest things, brothers and sisters. Number one, you know, Mizan is one of the most important things that we have to believe in it. There is Mizan in this world and the Mizan Yawm al-Qiyamah. If you recall in Talqeen, when somebody passes away, when we do Talqeen, one of the things we remind the deceased is Mizan. وَأَنَّ النَّارَ حَقٌّ وَأَنَّ الْجَنَّةَ حَقٌّ وَأَنَّ الْمِيزَانَ حَقٌّ. Mizan, scale. Yawm al-Qiyamah, you and I, we will not step an inch unless they bring the Mizan. وَقِفُوهُمْ إِنَّهُمْ مَسْئُولُونَ. Stop right there. Don't move an inch. They bring the Mizan and the scale they put in front of you. What do they do with it? In Surah Al-Qari'ah, Allah mentioned. I say when they bring the Mizan, one side of the Mizan, A'mal al-Salih, good deeds. The other side of Mizan, the bad deeds. And you know what? Allahu Akbar. The bad deeds, Yawm al-Qiyamah, is like a foam. It doesn't have any weight. It doesn't weigh anything. Good deeds have very, very heavy weight. But by the way, you know what? Quran mentioned that Yawm al-Qiyamah, to go to heaven, you need your scale to be heavy. But I'm going to give you a tip. What do you need to make your scale heavy to go to heaven? Allah said in the Quran, Yawm al-Qiyamah, when they bring the Mizan, and they put your good deeds in the right side, and they put the bad deeds in the left side, Allah said all they need to do is to make sure that the right side is heavy or the left one. If the right side is heavy, now listen to what Quran said. فَأَمَّا مَنْ ثَقُلَتْ مَوَازِينُهُ فَهُوَ فِي عِيشَةٍ رَاضِيَةٍ. If the scale, the right side is heavy, Allah said you have nothing to worry about. And I said, عِيشَةٍ رَاضِيَةٍ. Pleasant life. How? He doesn't say. But what happens if the other side is heavier? Right? The other side, which is the bad deeds, is more heavier than the good deeds. وَأَمَّا مَنْ خَفَّتْ مَوَازِينُهُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَأُمُّهُ هَاوِيَةٌ. Hawiyah is one of the levels of hellfire. Allah said, listen, if the other scale is light, the bad deeds is heavier and then the good deeds is not, they say, فَأُمُّهُ هَاوِيَةٌ. That is the Mizan. Now this Mizan on the day of judgment, every one of us have to go through that. Every one of us. Every deed that you do, they have to scale them. If they're good, if they're heavier, then you have a good life. If they are not, then no, the person is in the problem. There is one Mizan in the Akhirah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us about that Mizan. Now, what is the meaning of this Mizan that Allah is talking about? وَوَضَعَ الْمِيزَانِ. They say al-Mizan is criteria. That everything Allah created in this life, Allah has placed a criteria to know what is right and wrong in everything. Number one, in your nafs, there is Mizan right there. See, sometimes when you do something wrong, nobody tells you. You yourself, you know that is wrong. When you sit down in your room and you started to reflect about what you did, you tell yourself sometimes, oh, this is a good thing that I did. This is bad thing I did. No, who told you this is good or bad? There is Mizan inside your heart. And this has nothing to do with a Muslim or Kafir. No, take an atheist. You ask an atheist, kill an innocent child, is it okay? They tell you, no, it's not. Ask somebody who lives in Amazon forest, never seen a prophet, never heard about Quran. Tell them, hearing an orphan for no reason, is it okay? They tell you, no, it's not. How do they know that? Mizan, there is Mizan in there. There is Mizan in your brain. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created your aql, there is Mizan, you can tell what is right and wrong. Allah, in everything, Allah plays a criteria of knowing the right and the wrong thing. In everything. In Islam, the same thing. You want to know what is right and wrong? Now some people, they do ask. There is a lot of school of thoughts. There is a lot of religions. Every one of those religions say we are on the right path. Christianity tells you, yes, we are the right path. The Judaism say we are the right religion. Muslims say we are the right religion. The idol worshippers say we are the right religion. Even those who are atheists, they say that is the best for you. Right? Everybody claims. Now you get lost in the middle. Now is it Christianity, Islam, is it Judaism? What should I do? I'm lost here. Right? Now how do I define the right religion from the wrong religion? You know, the Prophet ﷺ, he comes to make it easier for you. You want to see the right and the wrong? He said there is one criteria. Just one. Just look at it and say, if you can look at that criteria and say you're good to go. That criteria is what? Is Ahl Bayt Muhammad, and the leader of them is Imam Amir al-Mu'minin salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad.
That is criteria right there. Imam Ali alayhi salam is the criteria for knowing the right and the wrong. And the Prophet says, Ya Ali, لولاك ما عرف المؤمنون بعدي. Ya Ali, if not because of you, after me, nobody could define who is mu'min. But with you, we can tell who is mu'min or not mu'min. You are the criteria. Not only that, you want to know the right and the wrong, the true from the false. He said, Aliyun ma'al haqqu wal haqqu ma'alay, iyaduru ma'ahu haythuma dar. That is criteria right there. Abu Dharr al-Ghafari, he comes to the Prophet, Ya Rasulullah, mat tariqu ba'da. Rasulullah, you are among us. We know that you are the leader, you are the criteria. Whatever you do, whatever you want to do, we come to you. You tell us, we know you are the leader. Ya Rasulullah, but my question is after you, where should we go? Who is the sign of right and wrong? Then the Prophet ﷺ said, Ya Abu Dharr, hada, pointing to Imam Ali alayhi salam. Ya Abu Dharr, look at this man. He said, إِذَا وَجَدْتَ النَّاسَ سَلَكُوا مَسْلَكًا. Whenever a time comes, that you see a nurse, the entire creatures, all humans, they took one route. They go in this direction. وَسَلَكَ عَلِيٌّ مَسْلَكًا. And Imam Ali, just him, took one different route. Now, which one should I go? Now, here are people who say, majority, majority, majority. Now, listen to the Quran. إِن تُطِيعُوا أَكْثَرَ مَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ يُضِلُّوكَ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. Majority is not the issue in the Quran. And Allah stated in many ayahs, وَمَا آمَنَ مَعَهُ إِلَّا قَلِيلٌ وَقَلِيلٌ مِّنْ عِبَادِيَ الشَّكُورِ. Allah said, out of all my creatures, ibadi, all the creatures, humans, animals, jinn, angels, Allah said, out of those creatures, very few are the good servant of mine. Oh Allah, and you worried about majority? Majority is not the criteria, brother. Now the criteria is what? Is to see what is the right and wrong. Now the Prophet tells you, if you see the entire people are going the left, right, that one round, and Imam Ali is going one, he said, follow the path of Imam Ali alayhi salam. Because he is the sign to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the criteria. Now another criteria, the Imam Ali tells us, within yourself, he says, Ij'al nafsaka mizanan. Talking about the mizan, huh? فيما بينك وبين غيرك. أحبب لغيرك ما تحب لنفسك واكره له ما تكره لها. He said, let yourself be the criteria. That whatever you want for yourself, he said, want the same thing for others. Whatever you dislike for yourself, okay, there's the same thing dislike for others. But is this the case? No. Let me give you an example. Most of the time, somebody comes and knocks our door. They're a poor person. They need clothes. What do? We look at the older clothes that we don't want to, right? We say, okay, here you go. You can have this. MashaAllah, like I'm the generous one in the world. This clothes that I'm giving away is because I don't need them. That's why I'm giving away. But Imam Ali said, if you don't want it, don't give it to others. If you want it, then give it to others. Let yourself be mizan. Like Fatima alayha salam. One time a man came and knocked at the door. A lady came and knocked at the door. Was begging. Fatima to Zahra, you know what she gave? She gave her a wedding dress. The most expensive clothes that she had. One day, the Prophet came, never saw her wear that dress for a long time. Ya Fatima, where's the wedding dress? I haven't seen you wear them for a long time. Ya Rasulullah, give it away. Allah, you give it away? Sure I did. Why? In today's world, are you crazy? I bought you something expensive to keep and you're giving it away? Now listen to the answer of Zahra salamullah alayha. She said, Ya Rasulullah, a person came, knocked the door, and he was begging. فَتَذَكَّرْتُ آيَةً. I remember ayah from the Quran. لَن تَنَالُوا الْبِرَّ حَتَّى تُنْفِقُوا مِمَّا تُحِبُّونَ. You will never get good from Allah unless you give away the best of what you love. Not the best of what you dislike, no. The food I have left over, no, fuqara. Yet I'm not saying throw in the trash. No, give it to the fuqara. But my point is this, if you want to get the best from Allah, give the best of what you have. Like Imam Ali and Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, in Surah Al-Dar, Allah said, وَيُطْعِمُونَ الطَّعَامَ عَلَى حُبِّهِ مِسْكِينًا وَيَتِيمًا وَأَسِيرًا. They give their food away, not because it's a leftover. No, we don't need it. Instead of throwing it in the trash, let's give it to somebody. No. Ala hubbi. They love the food. They want it. But what did they do? Somebody needed it. They said, we put him ahead of us. We give him and let him have it. And Allah said that in the Quran also. وَيُؤْثِرُونَ عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ وَلَوْ كَانَ بِهِمْ خَصَاصًا. They put others first, even if they're also in difficult need, it doesn't matter, they put others first. That is called mizan. So mizan here is what? Is any criteria that out there that Allah has placed in everything. When you look at, there is criteria. There is a sign to know what is right and wrong. There is criteria to know a false and what to do and what not to do. Allah says, وَوَضَعَ الْمِيزَانِ. Al-Mizan here, some scholars, they say it has different meanings. Some scholars, Al-Mizan beyond Al-Quran. That the criteria that Allah put, you want to know right and wrong, Allah said Quran is the criteria. For everything. Everything that you want to know, Quran is the criteria. Example, I want to know a true mu'min. How do I know a true mu'min from the false mu'min? Allah, Quran mentioned that. إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ الَّذِينَ إِذَا ذُكِرَ اللَّهَ وَجِلَتْ قُلُوبُهُمْ. Allah mentioned 5 qualities of mu'minun. And by the way, you know there are 2 types of mu'min. There is general mu'min, and then there is real mu'min. A general mu'min, Allah mentioned in Surah Al-Mu'minun. قد أفلح المؤمنون الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون والذين هم للزكاة فاعلون والذين هم عن اللغو معرضون. And that's the quality of mu'minin general. But the second one is the real mu'minin. And Allah said إنما, the only mu'minun الذين هم إذا ذكر الله وجلت قلوبهم وإذا تليت عليهم آياته زادتهم إيمانا وعلى ربهم يتوكلون. That's the way. Number 4, الذين يقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. 5 things Allah said they do. But then at the end Allah said أولئك هم المؤمنون حقا. True mu'minin, sometimes say this is a real guy. This is a guy. This is a real one. Right? Allah said there is a mu'min, and then there is a real mu'min. To become a real mu'min, Allah said these are the 5 qualities. Now that's mu'min. Now I want to know a muttaqi. Allah will give the qualities of them too in Surah Al-Baqarah. Alif Lam Mim ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ وَمَا أُنزِلَ مِنْ قَبْلِكَ وَبِالْآخِرَةِ هُمْ يُوقِنُونَ. And they say, أُولَٰئِكَ عَلَىٰ هُدًى مِّن رَبِّهِمْ وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. These are criteria of qualities of muttaqun. You want to know a munafiq? Allah tell you the criteria of knowing munafiq. You want to know the criteria of kafir? Allah mentioned them. Everything. You want to know who is the prophet? The criteria is the everything. Now let me put it just one ayah and then move forward. Allah said, فِيهِ تِبْيَانٌ لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ. In the Quran, everything is there. It's like you go to the sea, ocean, there is gold and diamond. You just have to get in there, dig it out, and find the gold and diamond. But it's there. Allah said in the Quran, there is everything. تِبْيَانٌ لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ. Everything that you can think of, Allah said is there in the Quran. And not just the Quran, huh? Even the Imams also, وَكُلَّ شَيْءٍ أَحْصَيْنَاهُ فِي إِمَامٍ. كُلَّ شَيْءٍ. Everything is in Imam. It's unfortunately, that's why when Imam Ali alayhi salam, when he stood in the member, he says, Saluni qabla an tafquduni. Ask me. And people, because their maturity is very low, they don't know what to ask Imam Ali. Because their maturity is not there to ask good questions, beneficial questions. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَوَضَعَ الْمِيزَانِ. There is criteria in everything. Tafsir number one says, the word al-mizan means Quran. That is one. Tafsir number two, they say no. The word al-mizan bima'na sharia. The entire religion is the mizan, is the criteria. But our tafsir of other scholars, they say al-mizan is everything that Allah has placed for you to define what is right and wrong. But I would like to end with this. This is a take-home message for myself and all of us. You know, the most important part of the mizan is to make yourself to become as criteria for yourself. The most important part of mizan, which is the scale, is to make yourself to be the scale of yourself. And Imam Ali mentioned in Nahj al-Balagha, he said, اليوم عمل بلا حساب وغدا حساب بلا عمل. And then he said, فزنوا أعمالكم قبل أن توزنوا. حاسبوا أنفسكم قبل أن تحاسبوا وزنوها قبل أن توزنوا. Examine means to scale your own self. That is the mizan. Meaning you and I on daily basis, are we evaluating ourselves? Are we on daily basis? See, every single day you and I go to my account to say, okay, how much did I spend? How much do I have? Okay, what do I need to pay bills? Which is late? Which one I have to pay or not on time? You always keep eye on your bills, right? You keep an eye on your account. You don't want to overspend, right? And you want to make sure that what comes in. You always watch, what is my payday? Or 2 weeks ahead, right? So you don't have to schedule things. Now this is you. You make this as you are the mizan. You want to make sure that everything goes properly. Everything works correctly. Now this is between you and other human beings. But what is your relationship with Allah? Do you have that mizan with Allah? Do we always evaluate ourselves on every night? How much have I done to please Allah? How much have I done to displease Allah? In other words, make yourself to become the mizan, the critic, where you every day you evaluate yourself. Because if you and I don't evaluate ourselves, somebody will do it. And the angels, their evaluation is not like yours. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to do so, Ya Rabbi. Ya Allah, help us to evaluate ourselves on a daily basis, Ya Rabbi. Ya Allah, help us to be the true servant of yours, Ya Rabbi. Ya Allah, show us the right way and help us to stay on the right way, Ya Rabbi. Ya Allah, show us the wrong way and help us to stay away from it, Ya Rabbal Alameen. We have mu'mineen and mu'minat who are sick, Ya Allah, give them the fastest recovery, Ya Allah. Our marhumeen and marhumat, Ya Allah, be pleased with all of them, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, we ask you, grant us the shafa'ah of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad, Ya Allah. To all marhumeen and marhumat, رحم الله من قرأ الفاتحة مع الصلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
بسم الله.